Well, I did find, actually, it was funny, off of Facebook. I don't know how old it was from CBR, but it's an interesting article, and it's actually the rare listicle that I think we would mostly agree with.
Let me make a little announcement, because I did push live and we are on right now. Hey, true believers.
Hi, everybody.
Well, the thing is I want to be 100% honest. I don't think we have an audience right now because it just started, and this is a very impromptu live stream. Has nothing to do with 0 days since DC did something stupid. I have no topic, but I figured I absolutely could probably find something that DC has done stupid. So that was a very safe title. The thing is you guys know my bird was killed, and this is the very first time I'm in the house by myself. Like, I'm literally in the house, no mother-in-law, no children, no nothing, and no bird. And this house is so quiet. So I figured, let's get a live stream going or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That is just got to be so rough. I mean, because pets are family, man. And
he's been with us for 13 years. Yeah. He's been with me, like, literally every day. I have a bird on my shoulder for the last 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, since me and Gail got back together. Hey, Nerdette, how you doing? Feel free if you want to jump on.
Hey,
by the way,
Nerdette,
love to talk to you.
Yeah.
I feel so bad, by the way. The last time I think I have had, because, and most of this is by embarrassment, I wanted to go on Nerdette's channel, and for some, I mean, I figured it out, but I set my alarm, but my alarm was set to mute. Like everything else, all the little, all the sounds and noises that a phone makes was okay. So I couldn't understand why I wasn't hearing my alarm. And I was supposed to go on Nerdette's show, and we were going to talk about the Barbie movie, which, by the way, I am completely 180 on this. I actually like the Barbie movie.
Being good or bad? In terms of being good or bad?
Oh, I like the Barbie movie, but I do see it more as a men's rights movie than I do of anything else. So
now it's a Ken movie.
Yeah, kind of. But the thing is when I talked about the Barbie movie being bad, it's supposed to be a yay girls feminist kind of thing, and I don't think it worked on that level. So I was putting it down on that. But when you go to the other side and you think of it as a men's rights movie, you feel, or at the very least, actual feminism, where we're supposed to be bringing everybody together as equals. It's more on that. And the thing is there's, even if you don't think The Cohesive is a great film, there are moments that are done really, really well. So, by the way, I gave LK admin rights here so he could jump on. You know, he's playing around with all the toys. You do notice that we just went slow. All of a sudden, we're now robotic. So, yeah.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, but I do appreciate the sentiment, Nerdette. Thank you very much. I'm better than day one, but like last night I had not a dream. It was like a sleeping vision of everything that happened. Gail, God bless her, and thank God Gail did not see what I saw. Because I saw the hawk grab him. I heard him scream.
That's just the bizarre part, bizarre and horrifying part to me. I mean, that part I just can't even fathom.
Yeah, it's like watching your child. I mean, we treated him like our bird baby. I always kind of, I never tried to show it, because oh my gosh, how you guys would have had fodder to make fun of me. He is my boy. Oh, isn't he my boy? I would baby him up and down all the time.
We got enough. little
He's my
hints of that
boy. Yeah.
throughout the years. So
I trained him in some ways too, by the way. Like I was open about the fact that he went into the bathroom every freaking time. The thing that kind of annoyed me is he started wondering what I was doing with the paper. So he would head south. But I actually trained him because he would always try, if he was with Gail downstairs and I go to the bathroom, he would always try to catch me. So instead I would go, come on, boy. And then he would fly up and he'd be there when I, or anything. And he actually, come on, boy. No matter where he was, he would fly to me. And it was really sweet. I'm trying to remember these things and talk about these things because occasionally my head plays the murder. Yeah. And by the way, I do say killing, I do say murder and so forth. I understand the Hawk was doing what the Hawk needed to do, but sometimes I do
my viewpoint. Yeah. It's, the Hawk Minecraft it.
Yeah.
Since we are on YouTube.
My imagination has allowed me to be the hero a couple of times. Not the dream I had last night, but sometimes the imagination, I get to the Hawk. I get, because I was running, I was looking for something to throw, anything, because I saw him. Like I saw him out of my peripheral as I was running towards him. But anywho, yeah, it was bad. And Gail, she's got a cryptic mind. She needed to know what hawks do to their prey. That actually made things better. Because what happens is when they go after something, they grab it and their two bottom talons enter into the body of their prey. And most of the time, that's an instant kill. Yeah. I heard Twiddles screech. And then I saw him being carried away. And when he was being carried away, he wasn't moving. He wasn't screeching. He wasn't anything. So the small comfort being that he was killed on impact. There was like, when the Hawk started eating him, he was already dead, according to what we've been reading. Falcon would have been worse, but yeah. So anyway, I think Dawn of DC is doing pretty well, says YARC. Hello there, guys. I hope all is well. So this is Parker Luck. What's up?
Yeah. Well, so speaking of DC, I don't know if you had gone over this at the end of this year or not, but this came across my Facebook feed. CBR, of all places, put out a 10 best DC Comics arcs from the last 5 years.
Oh, okay. And CBR.
Since I know your love, well, I've got it up. I can share it. And I took a quick perusal.
He wants to play around with the admin. There you go.
Well, I've done this before.
Okay.
Well, just be more fun in terms of, hey, wow, it actually worked.
Yeah.
Let's see if that one makes it a little bit bigger there.
From the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something, because we don't count anything. I got to admit, I still haven't read any new. I was even saying, this week I'm going to review comics, and maybe I will tonight. Like I'll read some and review them tonight. But I haven't read new comics in forever. Like right now I'm reading New Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The Marv Wolfman, George Perez run. So.
Yeah. But, I perused this list, and I have to say that I haven't read most of these, but from hearing you talk, hearing Venkman, ZACK, and so others, talk about it, I have to say, I think this is one of those rare CBR lists that I think we're probably going to agree with quite a bit.
Well, let's find out. Scroll through. And once again, guys, I appreciate you hanging out. I will be honest with you. The title is complete bullshit, because I needed to title it something. Yeah. The House is Too Quiet stream. What's that mean, right?
If you like this, we can later on make fun of me as I've been arguing with the MCU stands about Echo. So
what is there to argue? The show, it's not an opinion. The show sucks.
Well, so what it was there was a video that one of these Shield channels, got the opportunity to interview cast and crew of Echo, and so it was posted like a week before it
Yeah,
came
and there's
out.
no way he went.
And
You're not proud of this, are you?
me?
No.
In a
That's
way.
the question. That's a question that I think that needs to be asked of the Echo cast. You're not proud of this, are you? Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't in this interview, but one of the other interviews basically did not. Basically, between the lines, you could see that Vincent D'Onofrio was more or less saying, "Yeah, the script was crap, but you know, I took what was there, what I had to work with, and you know, tried to develop where Kingpin had a like a father-daughter relationship with Maya."
Is still the best part of it. And
by far,
my original, by the way,
I watched.
My original, and I still stand by this, was that Echo is air. It's rice cakes. That was my analogy. It was rice cakes. You can buy a bag of rice cakes. You can say you can buy them flavored, or you put your peanut butter or whatever on them. You eat them and go, yeah, I like rice cakes. And at some point in time, you're going to call yourself out. Bullshit. I don't like rice cakes. I like the peanut butter I put on them. I like the jelly. I like whatever I put on them. Rice cakes taste like nothing. And that's Echo. Echo is absolutely nothing until you add on the Kingpin, maybe Daredevil. You know, it's that's the way it is. There are no good characters, including Echo. We're supposed to get behind an assassin that doesn't want to, by the way, be a better person. She wants to be her own boss so she could tell other people to assassinate other people.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yeah, there's no...
The 98-second Daredevil cameo.
Yeah, which, by the way, aside from the one kick everybody is making fun of, was actually pretty good. And that's why I was wondering, what the fuck you talking about? It was actually a pretty good fight, because what I saw was Daredevil was freaking toying with her. Now, you want something to legitimately complain about? Why? He was winning. Clear-handedly.
And why did he run away?
Yeah, why did he leave?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why did he run away?
She should have been taken out of prison, and then they have the talk about how Echo stood her own with Daredevil, you know? No, why did Daredevil was, and that's why I thought it was a cool fight, because she would be swinging, and he's like, you remember Benny Hill? And you had on the tennis game, where on one side the guy's running really fast, and on the other one just real slow. That was what I saw in the Daredevil Echo fight, was that Daredevil was the slow guy, and she's putting all this effort in, and he's like, tap, tap, slap, 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 slap. Okay. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say too, I mean, one other thing that I only watched one episode, and I was like, yep, that's enough for me. This is boring. This is just not good. I don't care. I don't care to waste another 2 hours. I did find it hilarious when I was looking at the listing of the episodes on Disney Plus, how almost every single episode got shorter and shorter and shorter until the final episode, I think, had a quote-unquote a running time of 36 minutes. But probably when you cut out the credits and the opening, and probably, I'm assuming that there was probably a previously...
Yeah, it's like a situation comedy.
That it was probably less than 30.
You can tell there is missing story, by the way, out of these things.
But I mean, the thing that just absolutely just made me laugh out loud in the first episode was 5 months later, and she still has an open, gaping bullet wound. It's like, what?
Yeah, 5 months. It should have been like black and gang. I mean, they put a little like plus on it or something, but it should have been so much. You're dying of sepsis at that point.
Well, and the whole 5 month thing just didn't make any sense. Period. It was like, why would you choose that? You know, she shoots Kingpin. She's on the run. Okay, great. Maybe it's a few days later. Maybe it's a week later. 5 months. It's so many just insane dumb choices. But anyways,
I was wondering why Glenzer said the Pacers did you a solid. The Pacers beat the Hawks. I gotcha. Okay. And by the way, Eric Breen is incorrectly saying that rice cakes are better than urinal cakes. At least urinal cakes have flavor. Come on, seriously.
Let's see. So with this top 10 list, they and I'll give credit. The author of the listicle here is
scroll it down.
Ashley Land.
Okay.
This is from CBR in November 24 of last year.
Okay.
And so they start out number 10, Batman Superman Archive of Worlds. So this was a 2019 arc from Batman Superman. That was, I guess, Jean Lun Yang. I did not.
Never read it.
It sounds, kind of interesting. I've been kind of up and down with stuff that I've read from him. So no real complaints with that one.
Now I can tell you straight up, they're right on number 9.
Yeah.
Tom Strong and the Terrifics. At this point, though, I am like anything Terrifics, but that was a particularly good story.
Yeah. I mean, again, this just makes me disappointed that the Terrifics didn't find that traction, and
well, they didn't let it. After we talked about this, and when a little closer to when it was happening, when they announced Brian Michael Bendis was coming in, they dropped the New Age of Heroes like a freaking hotcake. Not a rice cake, a hotcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we don't want this anymore. We want Brian Michael Bendis to fucking destroy DC Comics. There you go. That's the DC did something stupid. Well, it was a little bit ago, but we'll talk about it today.
Yeah, and shoot, I'm blanking on who the writer was for the Terrifics.
Yeah, me too.
I want to say Jeff Parker, but I don't think that's it. But I was going to say, I mean, I liked the characterization of Tom Strong here, and of course, I mean, nobody's got the sensibilities and the nuttiness of Alan Moore. But if somebody was going to do a regular new Tom Strong series, I wouldn't mind seeing the writer from Terrifics do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. So number 8 here, Batman fans, you got to tell me. So this was the Chip Zdarsky Batman run, Failsafe. So this was when he had the satellite story arc, I believe.
Oh, so, I think this is what's going on right now with the Zur-En-Arrh stuff. I'm not into it. I'm just not. It's been going on for far too long because it came out of that gangland stuff, the Gotham War and such. But no, it really did not connect. I'm not connecting with Batman right now. And you know what? I miss Batman. Yeah. I'm sorry, but we're going to deconstruct Batman. We're going to take him back to his roots, except for you're not. You're making him a pussy. And is Batman in his original form, he would be hard driven to make sure that crime never happened to anybody else. That's what Batman is. He's not, I am vengeance, I am the night. He's like, it happened to me, I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen to you as best of my ability. And we're not getting that. And what you are getting is a whole bunch of like everybody's, he's human. He's human. We're going to look at him as human. No, I'm sorry. He's an icon. Even in the universe of DC, what you're reading, he should not be seen as human. And too many people are treating him like he isn't the Batman. Like instead he's an old man. He doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. There's no respect there. From the characters in the DCU, there is no respect for Batman. And I'm like, yeah, I don't buy it. I just don't buy it.
Yeah. I don't disagree. So Eric, I think, of course, Eric Breen's always right. Jeff Lemire, that was who did the Terrifics at that name. And yeah, if Jeff Lemire wanted to do a Tom Strong story, I'd be all for it.
Go on ahead.
So number 7, Detective Comics, Take Your Shot. So
didn't read it.
This was during the Peter J. Tomasi run on Detective Comics. I think VENKMAN, liked this run. So story where Deadshot targeted Lucius Fox.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't read it. Lucius Fox is not Batman. They're criminals. Batman should be going after him to give me my money, bitch. They stole his money, and he's like, okay, no, give me my money, bitch. And he should be beating the shit out of Lucius Fox and his entire family for taking his money. I can, however, say that the 1 Minute War is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That was a good story.
I've heard good things from you and VENKMAN and company, that people that have read Flash really enjoyed Jeremy Adams and the 1 Minute War on there. So that's number 6. Number 5, I'm sure you're going to completely agree with. This is the Venditti run on Hawkman.
Yeah, I wonder, they're probably like what, the final story? Bullshit. Issue number 1 to I think it's 28. Get the run. It is so fucking awesome. I don't think they ever will put it in omnibus form, but they should. It is such a fantastic run from beginning to very end.
Yeah, this was the last story arc, as it says. Follows the Hawks without the reincarnation powers, transported back to the 40s and their rivalry with the Shadow Thief.
And in the end, it announces the coming of the JSA, to which I will say, be freaking careful. If it ain't Jeff Johns, who are they going to give it to? Franklin? The modern day,
Yeah. Well,
oh wait, there's women in the JSA. Let's give it to
Well, in the ending, the very ending, of course, we find out, they have gotten their not necessarily immortality powers back, but lengthened lifespan.
Yeah.
We find out that, or at least in this version of the DC universe, that they wind up being mentors to the Legion.
Eric's saying there are not 4 arcs better than the Hawkman. I agree. The Hawkman is absolutely the best run of the century. I'm calling so far.
Why
Obviously, I won't be here to see the rest of it, guys, but I promise you, as of now, the best comic book run of the century is Venditti's Hawkman.
Yeah. And this is the proper Hawk Girl too, for anybody who's out.
Yes. By the way, we do need to get into tearing comic books again.
Yeah. And so, Eric, I don't know why you're swearing at us in the chat. That's not nice.
What? Howdy, Davidson. What's it? They're in. Oh, not. Oh, get the.
Well, no, he put down for some reason Tim Sheridan. That's
okay. Yeah, like I said, if it ain't Venditti, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Tim Sheridan.
Yeah. So this one I haven't read basically out of principle because.
And hello to Dave, by the way. Let me say some highs. I see Eric and Boyd's in the house as well. David Sonowitz came on. How do you do? Parker saying, I haven't read the Batman titles, but DC treating him as Marvel Comics has been treating Spider-Man since 2008, which is super sad to say. Yeah, absolutely. Spider-Man has not been around since they did the mind switch with Doc Ock. He just hasn't. He hasn't been the same character. He hasn't been who he needs to be. When you do a Spider-Man, I should do If I Wrote again. If you do a Spider-Man, it has to be the central theme of Spider-Man should always be responsibility. That's what you should. That's the character. That's the character's theme. Now, like I said, some people believe Batman is all about vengeance. No, Batman is about compassion. He wants to make sure that you're not in trouble because he had that trouble. So they got to find the core of the character, and the core of all the characters, especially in the age of deconstruction, 2013 on up to now, we have lost so many characters because they know how to break a character, but they don't know who the character is, so they can't build them back up. Anywho, that's my thing.
Well, you mentioned the compassion part, and I think so many of the modern writers forget about that with Batman as well.
Yeah, well, that's who I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, part of why he doesn't necessarily kill is because, he does think that, anybody who asks for it can be redeemed. You certainly see that, there's some memorable stories in terms of, a thug or a lackey to one of the villains, gets caught and, says, hey, I screwed up. I want a second chance. And what happens? He winds up getting a job at Wayne Corp somewhere. It's part and parcel of the character that I think too often just isn't understood correctly. So number 4 is World's Finest. Again, I know that Venkman and others have praised this.
I'll stand on that hill too. I only read like up to issue number 13 or 14, but yeah.
Okay. So this looks like it's the opening arc, the Devil Nisa.
Yeah. That was good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3 is Flash Blink of an Eye.
I don't remember this.
Let's see. That sounds like it's another Jeremy Adams Flash run. Blink of an Eye arc. It's here where the return and redemption of Wally West began, starting with the aftermath of Heroes in Crisis and even an adventure of Wally getting trapped in prehistoric times. So this was the arc, I think, where Jeremy Adams basically was rehabilitating Wally West.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't read it, but Venkman spoke very highly of it.
Yep. Yeah. Number 2 is Justice League, Justice Doom War. So this one was the Scott Snyder arc.
Yeah, this is in the New 52. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. I've been rereading New 52 when I can find it. Like if I go to Ollie's, they'll have a book from one of the series for $3.99. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, so right now I'm reading the Trinity Wars from the New 52.
Okay, and hello MK, hello Killer Bebe, Dizibble the Nerd. Nice to meet you. Glad you popped in.
Yeah, he's been around for quite a bit, dude.
Okay.
But hey guys, how you doing?
Doesn't mean anything because my short-term memory is about this big right now. So
right. Let me answer. MK, it's day by day. I have had people, by the way, who I have told me it's just a bird, man. Fuck you. But because me and Gail really did treat him like a child, a third child. Ours are grown up, so we threw all that energy into. We don't have grandkids, so we threw it all into the bird. Where a lot of stuff you guys didn't see, we would make popcorn and put it on I would put it on the chest here, so he would eat a piece, and we would. He was constantly with me. And he's just so freaking cute, and you know, just all the good stuff and the good memories there that you have a pet for 13 years. One thing, he would eat the popcorn off the chest, but we had to look this up because he will tear up with the beak. He just tears up the popcorn, and then he goes gets another popcorn, even though he didn't eat. It's just covered all over. And we found out that they tear food up to make sure it's not poisonous. Like if it made him feel any way, he would stop eating. It's kind of fun. Anyway, back to the lab again.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I think people don't understand that too. I mean, you said you had Twiddles for 13 years. I mean, that's a family pet. It would be one thing, you know, a little bit. I mean, again, probably the wrong thing to say, but you know, it'd be one thing like if you had him for 6 months, you know, or a year, but he was family. I mean, that's
I also think that if he was a dog instead of a bird, people would not have that reaction.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Tell your mom thank you, Dave, as well. I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah. So number one on the list is the Werewolf Saga. So I know that a lot of people like Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics run. I know people are depressed that he's left and Jason Aaron has gotten put on the book. So this was the number one.
That's the number one.
Yeah.
Eric is absolutely right. Eric is out. No, that's not better than Hawkman. I did read this. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
But I think overall, I mean, at least where I will again give CBR credit is none of the 10 arcs that they put in this list are ones where I would go, this doesn't belong on any list at all. You know,
they didn't say, number one, Fire and Ice, welcome to Smallville. Or
exactly. There's no Power Girl on here. There's no I want to say Gotham Knights, but whatever the stupid thing is with the mist coming down. I'm completely blanking.
Night Terrors?
Yes, Night Terrors.
That was not good either.
Yeah, Night Terrors wasn't good. I mean, the only other thing I would possibly put on here was Joshua Williamson's Robin arc.
That was a good Tim Drake Robin series. That was good.
No, the Damian. The Damian.
Did I say Tim Drake? Yeah, Damian. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Tim Drake. Nothing Tim Drake was good in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I've said, I mean, with that arc, that would be the book that I would show anybody that's a big Shonen Jump fan.
Yeah.
Because it had a lot of manga tropes in it. Even some of the characterizations, even some of the artwork, I think would have appealed to, you know, people who like manga. Unfortunately, Joshua Williamson did about 12 issues and then then left the book instead of continuing. But it was a lot of fun. So that's the top 10 list from.
Okay, I think you're right for most part. Right now, I like Sandman. I think in spite of the Riley Rosmo art, I like Sandman. That's been pretty good. So there are some good things coming out, obviously, and I don't think that we should ignore that. I know I have been for a while because I don't read new books as much. I think Eric now reads more new books than I do. But I will pop on and we'll do a bad comic beatdown where I'm reading freaking Alan Scott or it's god awful shit.
Hey, look who just popped into the chat.
Hello,
hey,
Darkness Comes. Thank you.
Been a while, man.
Very
Good
much.
to see you.
And by the way, I did end up buying dinner for the family and getting the comfort food and everything, and it really helped. Because Gail is mush. She had to go to work yesterday, and she, according to what she said, she told everybody, just shut up and leave me alone. I'll do my work. I'm going to go home, and you shut up and don't talk to me. Don't bother me. Which I think she should do every day. But yeah, it's very kind of you. And and thank you very much, everybody, for the comments and the well wishes. Like I said before, thoughts and prayers are very important. I think the people who say, oh, it's thoughts and prayers. Yeah, it means that there's people out there who care for you. It means that people are with you, you know, in your time of need and darkness. So yeah, I never buy into that, putting it down and such. So yeah.
Well, you know, since we've got the good vibes going, this is a book that is
no spoilers
talked about right now. Oh, you haven't read it yet?
No, I haven't read any new books. Yesterday I
wanted to talk about it.
I literally did nothing. I will read this book. Maybe when I get home today, as a matter of fact, in just a little bit, I got to go get Elizabeth. But when I get home today, I'll read a couple of things. Maybe we could talk about that later because we don't do the auctions on Saturday anymore because I got to go pick up Gail. We do them on Fridays. There's no auction this week. I just didn't have time to prepare because I prepare on the day that Twiddles was killed, and I didn't want to do anything. Didn't really want to do anything yesterday. I already had a video done and ready to go, so I posted it. It was the it was part of one of our old live streams where we talked about DC owns Machine Man now, so I posted that. So,
yeah, I saw that. I saw the barest of news articles on that. So it sounds like, I guess, what DC just recently announced, or gets like stuck in a claim saying, "Oh, hey, we own this," which
okay. I will talk about this. Glenzer says, get an identical bird, train it to stare accusingly at your mother-in-law. I love that idea. So Gail, like I said, she is just, I mean, we both are, but she is absolutely immobile as far as getting over Twiddles is concerned.
Yeah.
So my niece, by the way, good girl, she says, well, I don't know if it's too soon. It's too soon. I have a friend whose parents won't let her keep her lovebird. And Gail's like, I don't want a lovebird. I don't want another bird. I can't have it. And I said, okay, you know, I agree. It's too soon, because if you get something right now, you're not going to love the bird for it. You're going to try to turn it into Twiddles. And so we were good. We were solid on this.
And I think it's very important right now to tell family and friends, hey, we appreciate the thoughts.
Yep.
Do not think you're helping us out by getting us a replacement bird.
She sent Gail a picture, and Gail wants the bird.
Okay.
I was like, I told her, I said, I knew if you saw a picture, you'd be like, oh. Yeah. But I mean, she saw this. It's a 2-year-old baby blue, and Gail saw it. It was like, I said, okay, we got a bird. We're getting up.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, look, it is far. We got to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to cuddle up, because Twiddles, he would cuddle up to her. Like if she's sleeping, he would just put right here. We figured out that, you know, Gail's breathing and it kind of warms him, and he warmed her. So, and he would fall asleep on my, like I'll lay down and he'll fall asleep here. That's 13 years in. I said, we get another bird, it's not going to be Twiddles. And, you know, and so we had a long conversation about this. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I know how I feel about it. It's way too fucking soon. He is my boy. I actually have that now. The original thumbnail of the video I made was going to be "He is my boy," but I realized you guys don't know that because I never really went "He is my boy," and that would pop him out. He would come out of his cage. He would come over, tweet, and that's why I said Twiddles, rest in peace. But I did call him baby boy as well. And I don't know, too soon, but we'll see. Yeah. What did it is that we were told back to the pound. You know, it's if you can't keep it, where are you going to put the bird? Okay, they're either going to release it, that's just going to kill the bird, going to take it back to the pet store, where he's 2 years old next to all the cuties, you know, of course it's, and then Gail just went through the math and okay. Yeah. In England, a man wanting a replacement bird has an entirely different meaning. Oh yeah. Gail knows that. Yeah. I'll trade her for 226s.
Yeah. Dave brings up a really good point that, it's often hard to justify that cover price. Yeah, well, in your second statement there lies part of the problem is we never used to think about a resale price or anything like that. But as comics have gotten more expensive and the idea of resellability and collectability has come in, that's just added an additional layer. Well, but
as someone who actually sells comics, I'll tell you straight up, there is none. It's very rare that you have resale price on a new comic. Once again, you know, doing the auction, I have bought new comics, read them, put them up, and I'm like, I'm not going to get cover price for this. Very rarely does that happen. So put them up for $2. Okay, they don't sell. Okay, they're $1. Thank you for giving me $1 back. It's like a rebate. You know, you're not going to get your money on. Now, if certain books, sure. What is that? The one with the killer teddy bear that's out there. It's Where the Trees Knees Know something. I don't know, but it's about a serial killer bear living in a small. It's Dexter with teddy bears and such like that, and it did very well, but it's an independent book, so there's not that many out there. And so now those books are like $50. The issue number 1's $50. Okay, fine. That you're going to get. But Batman number 468 or whatever they're up to right now. They're up to number 48, by the way, not 1048 or anything. But those, yeah, $1, maybe 2 tops. You're not going to get full price for it. Absolutely not. My tip sympathy to you. I know the pain. Thank you very much, Killer Baby. I appreciate all the sentiment. Once again, the comments on the Twitter, the comments on the YouTube has been very. Thank you very much for all of it. I apologize when I posted them. YouTube just added ads onto it. I demonetized them. But I was showing Gail, I said, look, I did something. It's going to pop up on the television a couple times because we watch YouTube. And if she saw, you know, the thumbnail, I wanted to prepare her for it. And I put on the video, and the first thing that popped up was an ad. And I'm like, nope, got to go get that because I think that's just tacky. Hello, my bird. Buy Nissan, you know, just no. That just wouldn't sit very well. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on just a sec. Let me get my shoes. I'll be right back here.
Okay. Oh boy, it's just me. Hi, folks. Whoops, I put it on the wrong one.
Boy.
Let's see here. Oh, there we go.
I
That's
have
how
to
you
get
change
ready to
NOLA.
go get my daughter. Actually, I should have left about 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Well,
but I'm
yeah,
enjoying the
so-
conversation. Are you going to stick around, or are you going to?
Oh, well, maybe behind the scenes, just kind of play, just kind of get used to a
Okay.
couple of things here. But otherwise,
Do not crash the car.
Yeah, I'm not going to crash the car. Yeah,
That's
but I'm more of a sidekick than a lead anchor.
Okay.
So
yeah, the only time I ever actually had problems was I think it was a video made by Pixel or something.
Yeah.
For the RPG every Tuesday at 10 o'clock they have or 10:30 I think they do an RPG, Marvel Universe and all that. Well, a couple of times they used copyrighted music. And I had to shut that down. No more, guys.
That'll get you.
Yeah.
So,
but I do have to go get my daughter. Thank you very much, guys. The house was way too quiet. That's why we started doing this. Thankfully, we found something to talk about. I think we're going to do a live stream tonight. Maybe we'll get back to doing some comic book readings. I've been wanting to read issue 3 of Green Lantern. I'm still on that one. Plus, we've got the entirety of Wonder Woman except for one. We've got the entirety of Hot Girl, Power Girl, all these bad comic beatdowns. I've got 2 Jeopardy boards that nobody's played. I've got so much to do tonight. So we can find something.
We've got Captain Marvel #4. If Dalton's around, because that is
you guys did the Captain Marvels.
Just as bad as the other 3.
I'll break that video down so we could release those as well.
Yeah.
I think I erased them. I forgot about it, and I edited that video and cut it all out. But I've still got it on the StreamYard archive, so we're okay.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is apparently, I guess DC decided to let Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, 2 of their. It's tough to say they are the worst writers, but it's amazing what they have been given in terms of characters and books. And personally too, as a huge Warren Ellis fan, I'm annoyed that they have been able to desecrate Planetary and then this awful Thunderbolts book. But in the latest Outsiders book, they wind up going through a little portal into the psyche of Batman.
Oh, dear.
It is as bad as
With that said, I really do have to go to pick up my my daughter. Sorry, Ash. Hey, how you doing, man?
Ash.
Thank you for your comment as well about twiddles and such. But I do have to go get Elizabeth. We'll talk later. Thank you very much for hanging out and keeping me sane a bit. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. And don't forget, next Friday, 8 p.m., we will be doing the auction. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.
Good night, everybody.